Hi everyone, this is Kona, and I'm going to go over a little bit of correlation and the steps for doing a correlation in Minitab. I'm not going to actually do the example of a correlation here, so that will be a different video. So this is just kind of explaining the steps. So the correlation, once again, just review, measure of strength and direction of a linear relationship used when we have paired numeric data. Our explanatory variable is our x, our independent, our predictor. It attempts to explain or predict the observed outcome, where our response variable, our y, is the measure of the outcome of the study. The correlation coefficient r measures the linear association between the two quantitative variables. So I went into a lot more detail on that last week. So kind of just to go through the steps for correlation hypothesis testing, you need to check the assumptions. So the assumptions are that both variables must be quantitative. So have to be quantitative. And then the relationship between x and y must be linear. So very important. You can check this with a scatter plot, and there's the directions on how to do the scatter plot. But you do want to actually check and make sure that there's a linear, remember, line, that x and y tend to form a line rather than just be random all over the place. So then you write the original claim, which is normally your two-tailed, where the null is no significant linear correlation between the x and y variables, and the alternative is there is significant linear correlation between the x and y variables. So basically, here's the claim that you use for correlation tests, and it is two-tailed. You calculate the appropriate statistics in Minitab, which is stat basic correlation. Make sure you pick the method of Pearson correlation. And then p is less than 0.05, there is enough evidence, so it is a correlation. If that's true, then you look at the correlation coefficient r to determine if the correlation is positive, negative in the strength. If p is greater than 0.05, it's not enough evidence, so no correlation. You would also want to check your characteristics of direction, strength, and form. That was all covered last week. What type of correlation is this? And then should the what type is basically, is it positive, negative, none? And then should the calculated regression line be used for estimation, yes or no? And then make the decision. Null, reject, alternative support about your original claim and the real world conclusion. So that's just kind of real brief correlation in Minitab. And in another video, I'll actually go through an example of how to do that.